My friend, once we cross 50, blood sugar is no longer just a number on a lab report. It becomes something that quietly reminds us every morning your body needs to be cared for more carefully, more gently. I've seen many older patients walk into my office with the same worries. James, why do I feel tired so easily these days, James? Every morning I wake up feeling heavy and sluggish. But after checking their blood work and talking through their routine, I realized the real problem wasn't age. It was the morning habits they had been neglecting for years. Have you ever woken up and felt like your body just couldn't get into gear? High blood sugar in the morning can make your mind feel foggy, your body sluggish, and your motivation disappear. Instead of stepping confidently into the day, you just want to sit back down. One of my patients, Cynthia, 67, once told me, I take my medication regularly, but my morning blood sugar is always high. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. When we sat down and looked carefully at her morning routine, we discovered that with just a few small changes, just a few minutes each morning, her blood sugar started to stabilize beautifully. You see, the morning is like the start button of your entire day. If you start correctly, your blood sugar settles into a healthy rhythm, your mind feels clear and your body feels lighter. If you start wrong, the whole day becomes a battle with fatigue, random hunger, and unpredictable spikes and crashes in blood sugar. Today, I want to share with you 10 simple but powerful habits, the same ones I've taught hundreds of older patients here in the United States. No complicated routines, no intense workouts, just gentle, realistic choices that help your blood sugar step into the day calmly and steadily. Shall we begin? Habit 1, drink warm water as soon as you wake up. Wake up your body and bring your blood sugar back into rhythm. My friend, when we first open our eyes in the morning, our body is like a machine that has just finished and gets 8 hours of sleep. Everything is slower, the heartbeat, digestion, circulation. And very often, blood sugar is higher than usual because the liver has been releasing glucose throughout the night. One simple action, so simple that many people ignore it, can make a huge difference. Drink a glass of warm water right after you wake up. It sounds small, but the effect is not small at all. Warm water helps wake up the liver, thins the blood slightly, and helps glucose move more smoothly through your system. It's like gently opening a door to let the morning light into your home. Suddenly, everything feels more balanced and orderly. I remember Cynthia, the patient I just mentioned, telling me she woke up every morning with a heavy head and a dry, scratchy throat. Her fasting blood sugar was consistently 20-30 milligram DL higher than her target. After I asked her to drink a glass of warm water before doing anything else, before coffee, before breakfast, before medication, about 10 days later, she came back and said, "Surprise, James, I never imagined a simple glass of water could make me feel this awake and comfortable in the morning. My fasting blood sugar has dropped a lot." Have you ever felt like your body is slow to start in the morning? Have you ever seen high fasting blood sugar, even though you take your medication correctly? Sometimes you're just missing that one glass of warm water. That glass doesn't just help stabilize blood sugar, it gently prepares your stomach, kidneys, liver, and even your nervous system to step into the day in a calmer state. Habit 2, take a light 5-7 minute walk before breakfast. Activate your muscles so they can help your blood sugar. My friend, many people think exercise belongs in the afternoon or evening. But for people over 50, especially those with high blood sugar, just 5 to 7 minutes of gentle movement right after waking up can have a powerful impact. I remember one of my patients, Malcolm, 66, telling me, "James, I don't have the energy to exercise. In the morning, I'm barely awake. How can I go walking?" I smiled and told him, "You don't need to walk fast. You don't even need to go far. Just a few slow steps. But do it every morning." Here's where the magic happens. The moment you move even slowly, your muscles start using glucose right away. That naturally lowers blood sugar without any extra medication. Your body shifts from sleep mode to active mode, and every system starts to wake up. Circulation improves, insulin becomes more effective. The liver slows down its release of extra glucose. Malcolm, listen, every morning he started walking slowly around his front yard, just 5 minutes. 3 weeks later, he came back with brighter eyes and told me, "James, I don't understand it. My fasting blood sugar has gone down steadily. I didn't change my medication at all. I just walk a little each morning." I told him, "Just 5 minutes is enough to unlock your blood sugar. You don't always need to jog or go to the gym. You just need to move." Have you ever noticed how a few steps in the morning make you feel more awake? Your breathing deepens, your mind feels clearer, and your body feels just a little lighter. That's your body responding. That's your body thanking you for giving it the right kind of start. 5 minutes in the morning may be the greatest gift you can give your blood sugar. Gentle, no pressure, but incredibly effective. Habit 3, eat a protein and fiber-rich breakfast, a gentle way to keep blood sugar steady all morning. My friend, there's something I always tell my older patients. Breakfast isn't just about feeling full. It's about keeping your blood sugar stable. Many of us grew up with quick, carb-heavy breakfasts, a white bread sandwich, a bowl of plain porridge, a couple of pastries, or a glass of sweetened milk. Those foods fill your stomach, but they also make your blood sugar shoot up within 20-30 minutes and then crash. I remember Linda, 64, coming to see me with a common complaint. James, I eat a full breakfast, but I still get lightheaded, hungry quickly, and my blood sugar keeps going up and down. I gently asked, what do you usually eat for breakfast? She laughed and said, a bread roll and a glass of milk. That's normal, right? I looked at her kindly. It may be normal for most people, but it's not normal for your blood sugar. Fast, refined carbs cause blood sugar to spike high, then drop fast, creating a cycle of fatigue, hunger, and unstable readings. But when breakfast includes protein and fiber, your body absorbs sugar more slowly, insulin works more efficiently, and your blood sugar stays steady for hours. I suggested a simple change for Linda: one boiled egg or some plain yogurt with no added sugar, or a bowl of oatmeal with nuts and a bit of low-sugar fruit. 2 weeks later, she returned and told me, James, I don't snack as much, my hands don't shake, I don't get sleepy mid-morning, and my fasting blood sugar has dropped by almost 20 mg/dL. My friend, your breakfast doesn't have to be fancy. It just needs to be right. And the right breakfast for blood sugar is less refined carbs, more protein, more fiber. Just one small change each morning can be enough to keep your blood sugar steady for the rest of the day. Habit 4, take a light 3 to 5 minute walk after breakfast, a simple way to prevent post-meal blood sugar spikes. My friend, many people believe that after breakfast, the best thing to do is sit down, relax, or enjoy another cup of tea or coffee. But for someone with high blood sugar, the 10 to 30 minutes after breakfast is actually a golden window, the perfect time to stabilize blood sugar if you move just a little. I remember Gerald, 70, a kind, gentle man who always called himself lazy after breakfast. He told me, James, after I eat, all I want to do is sit and watch the news. But my after-breakfast blood sugar is always high. I smiled at him and said, you don't need to exercise. Just stand up and take a few steps, that's enough. And it really is. Just 3-5 minutes of slow walking after a meal helps your muscles use the sugar that was just absorbed, reducing the post-meal spike. No speed needed, no sweating, no long distances, just movement. I explained it to Gerald this way. Think of glucose as guests who just arrived at your house. If they all stand in one place, the house feels crowded. But if you open the doors and let them walk around, meaning you use your muscles, everything feels lighter and more balanced. He listened. Every morning after breakfast, he simply walked around his home for 5 minutes, sometimes just from the living room to the backyard and back. 2 weeks later, he returned with a bright, happy face. James, my after breakfast blood sugar dropped 30-40 mg/dL. I can't believe 5 minutes of walking did that. My friend, our bodies don't always need big changes. Sometimes they just need you to stand up and take a few loving steps. 3 to 5 minutes of gentle movement after breakfast may be one of the simplest, most powerful habits to control blood sugar throughout the entire day. A small habit with a big impact. Habit 5, do 3 minutes of deep breathing to lower stress hormones and calm the blood sugar spike of the morning. My friend, here's something most people don't know. Morning stress can raise your blood sugar even if you haven't eaten anything. I've had many older patients say, James, I was fasting, but my blood sugar was still high. What am I doing wrong? And I always ask them a simple question. When you woke up this morning, was your mind peaceful? In the early morning, the body naturally releases cortisol and adrenaline hormones that help us wake up. But when these hormones surge too high because of worry, poor sleep, or simply thinking too much the moment you open your eyes, the liver releases extra glucose. That is why so many people wonder, Why is my fasting glucose high even though I haven't eaten? I remember Eleanor 68 sighing as she told me, James, the moment I open my eyes, my mind is already full of worries. I feel tired before I even have breakfast. I taught her something very simple. 3 minutes of deep breathing every morning before doing anything else. I asked her to place one hand on her belly, close her eyes and breathe in slowly, as if she were gently guiding air into every corner of her lungs. Then I told her exhale just as slowly, so your body understands there is nothing to rush for. 1 week later, she returned with a soft smile. James, starting my mornings with 3 minutes of deep breathing has changed everything. My mind is calmer and my blood sugar is noticeably lower. I didn't know something so simple could help me so much. My friend, breathing is a gift we often forget to use well. 3 minutes of deep breathing by each morning works like a reset button for your hormones. It lowers cortisol, it stabilizes blood sugar, it calms the heart, it quiets the mind. A peaceful morning is one of the best medicines for blood sugar, and it begins with your breath. Habit 6, get 5 to 10 minutes of morning sunlight. Boost insulin sensitivity and stabilize blood sugar naturally. My friend, here's something many older adults overlook. Morning sunlight doesn't just help your bones, it helps your blood sugar too. Not the harsh noon sun, not the heavy afternoon heat, but the gentle, soft sunlight of early morning, the kind that makes your body feel like it's opening a window to fresh air. One of my patients, Harris 72, once asked, James, I know sunlight is good for vitamin D, but what does that have to do with blood sugar? I smiled and explained, when you're low in vitamin D, your body becomes less efficient at using insulin. But just 5 to 10 minutes of early sunlight increases vitamin D naturally, and that helps insulin work better, keeping your blood sugar steady. Morning sunlight helps your body produce natural vitamin D, improve insulin sensitivity, reduce insulin resistance, a major cause of stubborn, high glucose, regulate stress hormones, improve circulation, and uplift your mood. I saw a noticeable change in Harris. He began each day by standing on his front porch for 7 minutes, breathing slowly and letting the gentle sunlight touch his skin. 2 weeks later, he told me, James, I sleep better, I feel stronger, and my fasting sugar dropped 10, 15 mg/dl. I never knew sunlight could do that. My friend, morning sunlight is like a soft melody your body forgot to listen to. It wakes up your cells. It helps insulin work properly. It clears your mind. You don't need to go to a park. You just need to open your door, step onto the balcony or porch, and let the morning light rest gently on your skin. It's nature's gift to your blood sugar, free, simple, and surprisingly powerful. Habit 7. Drink a glass of diluted lemon water, no sugar, to reduce sugar cravings and keep blood sugar steady all morning. My friend, here's something many older adults don't notice. Morning sugar cravings don't come from liking sweets. They come from unstable blood sugar. After a long night's sleep, the body sometimes asks for sugar to make up for lost energy. And if we give in a piece of pastry, very sweet fruit, or a glass of sweetened milk, blood sugar spikes immediately, then crashes, leaving you tired, lightheaded, and craving sugar again. One of my patients, Mrs. Jenkins, 65, once told me, James, every morning I crave something sweet. I try to resist, but the more I resist, the more I want it. I looked at her with understanding. A sugar craving is not your fault. It's a sign your body is out of balance. So I taught her something simple. Each morning, drink a glass of warm water with a few drops of lemon. No sugar, no honey, just very light lemon water. What happened next was remarkable. The mild acid from the lemon soothes the stomach, activates digestion, reduces excess glucose release from the liver, and quiets the craving for sweets. It's like placing a gentle hand on your body's shoulder and saying, it's okay, you don't need sugar right now. After a week, Mrs. Jenkins returned with a bright smile. James, I don't crave sweets in the morning anymore. I feel lighter and so much clearer. My friend, your body doesn't need sugar to start the day. It needs balance. A glass of diluted lemon water each morning is one of the simplest and most natural ways to stabilize blood sugar, reduce cravings, and maintain steady energy through the morning. Sometimes the smallest changes bring the biggest health benefits. Habit 8. Sit still for 2 minutes to reset your internal rhythm and lower blood sugar after a disrupted night's sleep. My friend, have you noticed that some mornings you wake up but don't feel truly awake? Maybe you slept poorly. Maybe you woke up in the middle of the night. Maybe your mind was filled with worries from the day before. And when the body experiences a restless night, it often reacts by raising blood sugar, even if you haven't eaten anything. This is called the dawn effect, a natural hormone response. One of my patients, Mrs. Helen 70, once sighed, "James, I only slept 4 hours last night. When I checked my blood sugar this morning, it was already 145 milligrams DL, and I hadn't eaten anything." I asked her, "Did you rush out of bed?" She nodded and laughed. "James, I jump out of bed every morning. It's just my habit." I taught her a very gentle habit. When you wake up, don't stand up right away. Sit on the edge of the bed for 2 minutes. Sit upright. Place your feet on the floor. Take one long breath and let your body recognize, today we start slowly. Science shows that when we change position too quickly from lying to standing, the sympathetic nervous system fires up instantly, releasing cortisol and adrenaline. Both hormones can push blood sugar higher. But sitting for 2 quiet minutes helps lower stress hormones, stabilize heart rate, reduce glucose release from the liver, restore balance to your body. After a week, Mrs. Helen returned and said, "James, my morning blood sugar is noticeably lower. Just 2 minutes made a real difference." My friend, your body doesn't always need you to do more. Sometimes it simply needs you not to rush. 2 still minutes each morning, no phone, no thinking ahead, can help your blood sugar enter the day calm and steady. Habit 9, drink cinnamon tea or warm cinnamon water after breakfast. A natural way to stabilize insulin and lower blood sugar. My friends, some foods are incredibly simple, yet carry healing power that surprises many older adults. Cinnamon is one of them. It's a spice our grandparents used for centuries, and modern science now clearly shows its benefits for blood sugar and insulin. I remember Samuel, 69, honest, gentle, who asked me, "James, I take my medication, but my after breakfast sugar is still high. What else can I do?" I asked him softly. "Have you ever tried adding a cup of warm cinnamon water to your morning?" He laughed, surprised. "Cinnamon? I thought that was only for baking." Cinnamon has a remarkable ability. It improves insulin sensitivity, helping glucose move into cells more easily. It slows stomach emptying, preventing sharp blood sugar spikes after meals. It helps keep blood sugar steady for hours. I showed Samuel how to make a light cinnamon drink, a pinch of cinnamon or a small cinnamon stick. Steep in warm water for 5-7 minutes. No sugar, no honey, just pure cinnamon water. 10 days later, he came back delighted. "James, my after breakfast blood sugar doesn't spike anymore. I feel lighter and not as sleepy." The beauty is this: you don't need to drink a lot. You just need to drink it at the right time after breakfast, when blood sugar tends to rise. My friend, a warm cup of cinnamon water in the morning is like a gentle companion, quietly helping your insulin stay in rhythm. It's not a medication, but when used well, it can feel just as powerful. One small cup, one steadier morning. Habit 10. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. Lower stress, lower hormones that raise blood sugar, and begin the day with a calm heart. My friend, have you noticed that stressful mornings almost always come with higher blood sugar? Not because you ate too much, not because medication stopped working, but because stress is one of the biggest triggers of rising blood sugar, especially after age 50. Our bodies respond to stress by releasing cortisol and adrenaline, survival hormones. Those hormones tell the liver to release glucose into the bloodstream, exactly what raises morning blood sugar, even if you haven't eaten a single bite. I remember Monica, 62, who came to me exhausted. "James, I don't understand why my morning sugar is always high. I eat lightly, I take my medication, nothing works." I asked, "How is your mind in the morning?" She paused, then admitted, "I think too much. I worry about this and that. My mind isn't awake yet, but it's already stressed." I taught her a small but powerful habit. Each morning, spend 1 minute writing down 3 things you are grateful for. It sounds simple, almost too simple, but many studies show that practicing gratitude lowers cortisol, calms the nervous system, reduces morning blood sugar, improves emotional resilience. After 3 weeks, Monica returned, her face softer. "James, I don't know why, but since I started writing my 3 gratitudes each morning, my mind feels peaceful. My blood sugar is more stable too. I feel younger." My friends, sometimes the body doesn't need heavy exercise or strict diets. Sometimes it needs a moment of peace, a slow breath, a quiet thank you to life and to yourself. When the mind relaxes, blood sugar follows. A single minute of gratitude. Maybe one of the greatest gifts you can give your health. A gentle closing reflection. My friend, once we pass 50, the body no longer runs on the urgency of youth. It runs on subtlety, on the small things we do every day. Blood sugar is the same. It doesn't react only to food. It reacts to your breath, your sunlight, your sleep, your steps, your emotions, and even the thoughts you begin your day with. The 10 morning habits I shared with you are not big dramatic changes. They don't require intense workouts or strict diets or turning your life upside down. They are gentle choices, small acts of kindness toward your own body that I've seen help hundreds of older adults live with steadier blood sugar and lighter, calmer days. I've always believed that health is not a battle. It is a conversation between you and your body. When you give your body a few quiet minutes, a warm drink, a step in the sunlight, a breath of peace, your body responds with balance, resilience, and the well-being you deserve. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin softly, slowly, one morning at a time. Every morning you care for yourself is a promise you make to a healthier day and to the peaceful years still ahead. A lighter breath, a lighter mind, and blood sugar that gently follows.